Oh, that's the main thing. Oh, yeah, I'm talking with G, but I haven't. Yeah, I don't know. I think my voice. Hopefully, I won't tear it up too much to sit. Oh, yeah, it was mostly cookies and can't remember else, but it didn't seem like anything that was a huge rush. And I'll bring that laundry up tomorrow, and then probably Thursday or Thursday. Okay, I'm rolling, so the wrestling hopefully will stop in a moment here, because it's kind of distracting. I didn't mean to. I know I said it, even though you kind of had stopped. But
This is the bag you gave me.
Okay, can we go where they go?
Well, okay, give it back to you.
I don't need it. I gave it to you for today.
Okay.
But thank you for checking. Still always good to ask. That reminds me, there was something I wanted to do. It doesn't have anything to do with asking, but wait, something teeth there for some reason. Those are sensitive. Okay, let's get to it. It's almost 10 o'clock. Remind me of my childhood. Gosh, walking around with just a shirt. Back when I was fun. Long ago, far away. In the land of. Oh, yeah, the land. It would have been really funny if her name was Alice. Okay. Have fun. Take your head. Don't beat it. So, I know, G's often away when I do these, even though sometimes he's in them. And I know that, and so we're quite behind, but it's okay. We'll get there. And of course, there's lots of others to watch too. And thanks for the like. Started to watch, we haven't found the full movie of it yet, but we would only be able to watch it on YouTube, really, with what we've got. But started to watch we watched a trailer for a movie, and then we watched it's one of those ones where it's a playlist, and I'm hoping it's the whole movie in a bunch of shorts. But I thought I'd preview that later. It was a bit of a I wasn't sure whether I wanted to roll today or watch lives or tonight rather, or do other stuff. Although I quickly kind of did what I'm thinking kind of what some of the other stuff was online. Oh, I went 0, now it's back to 1. I'm gonna make sure chat is on. Whoops. Okay, I don't know what fan funding is. I don't remember, but I accidentally almost put that on. But whether you already know me or just coming across me for the first time, welcome, and hopefully you'll become a fan and want to fund me. It's optional, but since it suggested it, I'll bring it up. So yeah, and as we go, by the way. But maybe you didn't. Anywho, I am feeling a bit slow though. It is true, and but anyway, as I was saying, um, um, I mean, they went pretty fast, but one of the ones I was watching back was saying how I'm going to try and get in the habit of talking for at least 15 to 25 minutes before I take a rest. If there's nobody watching at that time or still, um, that at least for those who see it afterwards, they're seeing some content. I mean, like it may be obvious to some, and I could just remember to say, skip ahead. If you that's so cool. It's a bit different than the other night. Skip ahead if you if nothing's happening. If it's been rolling for a while, fun stuff has occurred. Got two of you here now. Cool. Welcome. Anywho, but I mean, if I have things to say, I have things to say. If I don't, then I'm relying on you. Either way, kind of. to kind of keep the conversation rolling with loveliness. Um, because I'm rarely scripted or filtered, just so you know. And it looks like about that, but it looks like you were going to stay for a while there, like a minute or two. But this has actually not even been 6 minutes yet. So, and the phone is at about 47%, but this thing is really good. We played music from it for about an hour and a half, something we were doing, and didn't end up having it charging. And it only dropped like 6 or 7%. I was very surprised, and it wasn't on battery saver either. Um, Anywho, but yeah, so part of it was just that I love rolling live, and that I was curious to see who I might talk to tonight. In doing so, I want to make sure I'm clicking it and nothing's happening. Okay, yeah. I'm hanging a little bit, I guess, for some reason OCD about it, because I know that I checked it, but yeah, and basically, um, trying to remember because I watched a bit of Sonets. I did try and watch a bit of this other musician. There's a musician that I've been following a little bit lately. I haven't seen a lot of his stuff. Somehow, some right reason. Um, Kind of like a friend, but I do believe one or two people that follow her also have subscribed to me. I um I like both of them. They're not untalented. They definitely aren't, but they've got very unique styles and voices. Some may say the same about me, but I think I'm quite dynamic for the most part. And now we got one and three of you. Glad to have you here. Anywho, so basically, he has a couple interesting songs though that he's mentioned that I don't think I've heard yet. He's mentioned them, and if he has played them while I was watching, I was multitasking, or I don't know what, and didn't realize he was playing them because I'd never heard them before. But he has a song about chronic fatigue syndrome. I think songs about mental health, I mean, they're not unheard of, but are great topics and things like that too, because a lot of people probably have chronic fatigue, um, and think that they're just tired, or think that they're just I might have to put this on this, or think that they are sorry, just a moment here. I'm trying to use this stupid tripod thing. There, I think that's a bit better. Yeah, they think that they're just tired, or they think that they, or due to stress, and they could be. How I would differentiate the difference is that the low energy, and it's weird because the 4 or 5 videos I've seen of him, he always seems to have a lot of energy. But he says you have to watch how long he rolls for because of his, or either that or that's what his doctor suggests. So that's what or his, you know, counsel, whatever it's suggesting. So that's what he does. But he always seems like he's got lots of energy. I mean, maybe he's having caffeine and that helps. But what I would say the difference is between tired and chronic fatigue syndrome is that it comes on more frequently and um, lasts longer. It's harder to shake it. Maybe that would be my guess. It's like, oh hi, Gaming Galaxy. I think you just liked because I can't remember if there was just one like a moment ago. I think there was. Dara asked what kind of gaming. Ever since I mentioned video games in the one stream, I had two gamers on my one, but I haven't really played much video games since I was a kid, um, and I'm late 30s now. I mean, um, and I certainly am not a big fan of some of the ones that are out there these days, but there's also some really good ones and a lot of good graphics and stuff too. Anywho, but I'm not one to. I talk about a lot of other stuff, but gaming isn't really one of them. It looks like you may have black. I'll wait a moment to see. And actually, that hi was not typed. It was just like, wait, you clicked it, I think, to say hi. But you did like, so that's nice. Yeah, ever since I did that, it was almost as if it like told them that's what this is about. So yeah, it's just being okay. Now it says one again. So welcome. I'm in Canada. Curious where you're watching from. It suggested a question very briefly there. Not that I struggle to come up with them most of the time, but it said your favorite animal. And yeah, curious where you're watching from, how you came across the channel, or if it's your first, and if it's your first time. And but I should clarify by asking that first time question. Now it says zero again. I don't mean first time chatting. I mean first time ever seeing. I'm coming from India. Okay, cool. And now it has that say hi sticker again, even though you did it. Yeah, I have a few people, a few people follow from India. I don't. This may sound funny. For some reason I don't feel like gaming is. I mean, gaming's popular everywhere, I guess, right? Um, yeah. I don't know if I want to ask what kind of games though, because like I say, some of them I find to be quite unhealthy, but lots of them are good. You know, I used to play a lot of racing games, dirt bike and car. I used to play some sports ones, some game show ones, um, classics. I knew someone who had an Atari. It's a bit before my time, but with the internet or just knowing people, you can be quite diverse. Oh, why are you leaving so soon? I mean, I'm even talking about the theme that your channel looks like it's about, which I hadn't planned to, but, I really didn't have plans. I rarely do, kind of, when I do these. Or at least I have a general plan, but then again, I guess it is pretty late there, hey? Actually, this is a good opportunity to mention that I was on a friend's video a couple days ago, and he's in India. He's a traveling filmmaker, content creator. That's pretty much his work, and you can find it on Ink Moving Arts channel, and which is kind of funny because leading healing arts this one, and it's been showing me artists, even though that's been on our handle for ages, but I think and I don't think I've been talking about art, so it's kind of interesting. But they've also been Canadian, and I've been talking about I say hi from Canada in a lot of the chats. Anywho, uh, it's the one with the cartoon and Disney like shirt. That's the one that I'm in there. It was going to be done here, but we were having difficulty getting him into my stream. But I've been on one of his, so yeah, that worked. Um, but anyway, yeah, like Batman, Donkey Kong. But yeah, not. And then there was a place I used to go in Ontario. It was a hotel, but it was a really unique one called Chatham. Or no, it was in Chatham, Ontario. It was called Wheels Inn, and they had like an arcade, and you could collect these tickets and get little prizes. Actually, some of them were quite big if you had enough of them. But I mean, most of the time you were there just long. You were there traveling, and so for 3 or 4 or 5 days most. Hotel room. So didn't really but and obviously, like I say, you were there traveling, but it was like almost like an amusement park, and like an indoor amusement park. Los Angeles was kind of similar like that too at one point, or I mean, they added some stuff in. Actually, quite similar, except for minus the hotel. I thought it said there was here, and then also I don't think they were ticket games, and I don't know if there was prizes, but yeah, it was a very cool place. Uh, but Anywho, that almost seems like a bit of a segue. Is it? I don't know. We got 2 likes. That could be inaccurate that people have left. Some of them look like they were going to stay for a while, and I know that your comment came in after it said 101, and you still commenting, but you did say you had to leave. So, and since you're in India, I don't know exactly what the time difference is, but it's definitely probably about 9 or 10 hours, 8 or 9, 9 or 10, maybe even more. I know Australia is, I think, 16. I know that because my brother lived there, a sibling. But some places aren't as much as I think they are, time difference. But anyway, we got. What is this? The MAT. What is that? Because I don't think it's the name Matt. Um, I think I know what you're asking, and what the best answer I can have for you is a little bit of a lot of stuff. It's maybe doing music, it's chatting. Trying to remember what else I put in the title. I'm doing this on the cell phone tonight, so I can't just kind of. It's easier to check via the laptop. Um, yeah, and I'm in Canada. I guess say I'm from Ontario, still Canada, but I'm not in Ontario anymore. Where are you watching from? And what is MAT? That could mean a lot of things. Um, yeah, so other than that, if there's song requests, if there's anything specific you'd like to talk about or that you might want support on, I'm here for it for a little while. It is 10 o'clock, but you got to late start upstairs. Yeah, I could probably roll for about 30, 45 minutes more. So, um, and the numbers have climbed back up nicely, so that's good. That art is a little bit distracting, I'm finding, but I guess it's always that one with the laptop, I can adjust the screen differently. But so yeah, um, was I saying anything that I trailed off from? I feel like maybe I did. And your comment, don't worry about your comments distracting. I have ADHD. I distract my own thoughts a lot of the time. As long as they're kind of on point as to what I'm saying, or they're in kindness and curiosity, I'm fine with it. Are you ever going to say what the MAT is? I have a guess that just came to mind. Uh, I'm not even sure if you're still here. But yeah, the question would have made more sense saying, "What is this about?" Although the other day I had somebody say something kind of like that. Well, it was a phrase, but it could have also been meant that way, and it was up. And um, I've recently followed a guy in Africa who has this phrase that he likes, and it's not uncommon, really. It's not, but I haven't heard somebody use it in a while, and he uses it quite often, and it's all in fun. Hopefully, he will never think that I'm mimicking him. I mean, if we don't like somebody, we just then look at other content. There's so much of it out here. There's so much of it out there. But if we like it, we should let the people know it and enjoy it all together. But basically, he says that's what's up. In fact, he actually sometimes leaves out the P and says that's what's up. That's what's up. And so I've been envisioning kind of echoing that more with him and having fun. Having fun. Heck, that makes me want to go browsing his stream for seeing if he's live. Cause I subbed. I don't know. We'll see how my energy's doing. We'll see how this is doing. Picking, as we go. So far, the two people that have commented have not really said a whole heck of a lot. So, I mean, I kind of talked about what I think one of them kind of content might be about, going by the channel name, and it didn't seem that. I mean, maybe even when people have a certain theme to their channel, I suppose I don't want to talk about it all the time. And he hadn't said he did. It's true. Um, and then the other one didn't say, and I asked a very simple question, what that stood for. He didn't want to say, so that kind of was annoying. So I hate to say that I've done that with both so far, but okay, let's and I do. I already have the connections I've been making with the YouTube community, and just not a ton else going on. Some, but not a ton. And things on my mind. But so I have to stand. I have to stand for a bit, because these cushions are being annoying behind me, and yeah, it's good to have a bit of a stretch. Um, Not just of the imagination. Oh, now what? Now what? Now that I'm standing, what shall I do? That one says message deleted, and this one says was hidden. So I didn't quite do what I was trying to do there. But, what am I? Well, then we're watching that artist, too. Not formerly known as Pink. It hasn't been that long. I'm going to try and stay until somebody comes that we're having a nice, good chat with. You know, more than just a few minutes. And then I may have to run upstairs for a moment. But let's try and get a bit of conversation happening. If there's anything you would like to conversate about, or a song that you would like me to do, I can go look that up while I do my other thing, and then come down and do it. Again, that could be inaccurate at the top, as it has been a couple times already, and it is sometimes. Or it's not. So, yeah. I hope everybody's having a good weekend, though. And I hope that you have some nice things planned for your upcoming week. And that it's going to go well. And we'll probably, maybe we'll chat during the week. But right now I'm doing this. So, and the person that was there left away and didn't even say, you too? Like, no, because I don't like that band. I'm just kidding. That's something that's been kind of, I don't know if I should say, but kind of been kind of annoying lately, is that, but it says he's done many disputes, and then it's always been fine. It says, so hopefully that never changes. I'm a little bit worried, but it's like, it's hard to do covers anymore, because, people used to do them all the time, and including myself, and I think that's lovely, but I'm not sure if things are getting a bit more strict about that now. Interestingly, I follow a couple that are musicians, and they have a kind of an interesting. They have a kind of formatted, kind of not formatted style. I guess that's kind of what I have. Like when I say I have a general topic, um, but I'm pretty sure it was him last night that when I was watching that said that they but then G seems to know. I don't know. That's the thing. And sometimes, I mean, like, you have to, like, look it up for each song you do to see. But, like, if it's from a certain... This is in the public domain. Isn't that most music? Or if it's in a certain... if it's a certain... If it's... I think if the original performer has passed away, or if it's from long ago enough, then it's okay. But, I mean, like, I did Wagon Wheel not that long ago. There are recent versions of it by people that are pretty established in the music industry. But it's not an old song. I mean, it's an old song. I had to laugh the other day when my friend was talking about, and I think I've seen, it has gifts. Was talking about a Disney movie and said, oh, it's pretty old. It's 2016. Compared to a lot of the other Disney movies, that's not old. I mean, he wasn't super old, but I mean, he should know this. But yeah, what was I saying? So maybe that's what Jerry meant, and with a particular song he may have been talking about. I don't know, because yeah, but I love to be able to do music on here for you guys. So, and I mean, there's so many great songs out there, and I'm not really doing a lot of gigging since I don't drive and I'm not huge about bars. So I mean, what's a person to do then, right? And they're a live streaming content creator. It only makes sense to do it here. So, and I kind of feel like what my friend Axel feels, but I kind of don't, as far as like with original stuff. But I'm just not much. I mean, as a musician, I'm just not much of a songwriter. I mean, every now and then I'll spin something out on the spot or pre-streaming, and you know, there are some that have stuck in my mind for a long time that I've written, but a lot of them they kind of just okay, I put them out there and then I kind of fade away from them. um, I mean, what's really cool is just seeing people request them, but then it'd be like, ooh, it's really on the spot. I don't know if I'm ready to perform it. Um, it's not that I don't. Again, some of it is just on the spot, and then I just never get it on paper. Some of it is, although I could, with the transcript option, I could easily copy it to somewhere. In fact, like just a day or two ago, I did a bit, so that might be something to look at. But other than that, oh, um, yeah, I don't really very often, and it's kind of surprising to think that because chapstick if you're curious, chapstick if you're not. I'm quite creative. I am drawn to a lot of things, which I kind of connect to being easily inspired or somewhat easily suggestible, even. Um, and yet, um, yeah, they don't seem to be. It doesn't seem to be stuff that gets put into songs very much that I write. As I mentioned, I do have a couple of. I do have a few that kind of stick in my mind. Um, One that just came to my mind now could be a bit of an interesting one to do. You're just in time for a song, I think. I'm gonna. Oh, two of you, great. Um, I know that there's a band called this, perhaps more than one. I don't know if there's a song called this, but this is my own song, and it's from ages ago. But it's one of those ones I've always remembered the lyrics, even though, like I say, I don't play it often. And the two of you, it looks like both of you left. If that's wrong, let me know because it sometimes is inaccurate. But do I want to? Yeah, you know what? I just remembered something about it though, and I'm thinking maybe not. I don't know if I feel like singing the one about my brother. Oh, why, hello. It has been a while. Hopefully, you stick around for a while and chat this time. Um, Things have been a little bit, how do I put it? A little bit confusing the last couple times I've seen you because you're kind of like you take your kids away, you don't stay long. I've not really been knowing what that's about, but glad to have you here. Um, and yeah, oh Colton, this is how you might remember Colton. Um, and uh, and Ray. um, and we may have had a misunderstanding at some point. So if you'd like to bring it up. I mean, I know it is in the past, but we can try and clarify it perhaps. Um, Obviously, you're still subscribed, so I appreciate that. But I was just thinking about some of my original songs that like I hardly ever play, and if there's any that I might like to do right now, because I mean I'm not one that really a fan of like working in a studio. I don't really need to. G does that stuff, but he's very particular. It can be a little bit stressful doing that kind of creation with him. But interestingly, today he had his uh, program that he uses that with up on the screen. We were talking about kind of how it looked and how I had some curiosity. But like my brother did that for a while, and um, I've never been into that technical stuff like that. Like I mean, I'd rather play music than deal with a huge switchboard and all this stuff on the screen. Not that I don't spend time on devices quite a bit, but yeah, I don't know. So, but I mean, that would be a great segue to do the one about my brother. It would, but I don't know. I like it. I like how it turned out personally, but it's not a fully happy feeling song for me. Me and my brother, my other sibling, are we're okay with each other for the most part. He's done a couple things recently that have made me shake my head a bit, uh, and we are geographically not close to each other. But touch football. Is this you that's still watching at the top? By the way, just wondering. I haven't been rolling super long, but anywho. But yeah, so like I said, I don't write a lot of songs that I remember. There's a coffee jingle. There's two others that I thought of, but um, I'm not sure I'm feeling it. So I'd almost like to do one on the spot. And if you'd like, whether you give it to me in lyric fashion or just in ideas, we could kind of collaborate on a song idea together. I know last night I was talking about a couple of ideas. I could try and remember what those were. It was just last night. That doesn't mean I'm going to remember. But yeah, that one the other one doesn't have much content. But that's the last year. Sorry, like I didn't understand what that was. Okay. All right, sorry. It looks like you've left anyway. So this has been a really weird one. This has been kind of an odd one. Doesn't happen too often. Like I don't think any of them have been trolls, but well, I don't. Doesn't look like you're still here, and I did kind of mention kind of the thing that kind of going back many months ago was a bit confusing on a couple of occasions. Oh, but there's a third like. I appreciate it. Touch football. Are you still there? Who do we got watching, and where are you watching from? If you'd like to say. Um, but yeah, I'm kind of feeling like writing a song on the spot, and maybe getting your suggestions for doing so. I think that's really a fun idea. Other than that, I'm not really sure. Kind of want to talk about random things. I kind of want to browse live streams myself, to be honest. Or look at, yeah, I don't know, like things that I may want to watch again. I hadn't finished watching, or just things I have open. Although he's got the laptop upstairs right now, so it's a little less of a thing on the. That there was something that happened on here that kind of confused me a little bit, but that sounds fake. I'm sorry. Because it's not Netflix. Nexi, actually. What is Nexi, out of curiosity? I'm not going to judge it too quickly. I know it seemed like I was going to, but let's chat. But I'm going to wipe it on Netflix. This isn't Hollywood quality. I mean, sometimes maybe I am, but and it said there was 3, but now it says that there's 2 watching. So, well, I must start a new streaming service soon. Why? Like this Nexiflix one? What is Nexi? Like I say, there's so many streaming services out there right now, like and platforms and that. There's a part of me that thinks almost too many. I mean, it's kind of cool, and I guess some of them have more mixed demographics than others, but there's so many. I know you mean sucks, but Netflix sucks. I gotta be careful. I was said 4 and that says 2. I don't know if it was in this one or one of my other recent ones. I said that I know what you meant. That's what I said. Yeah, but just don't suck socks. That'd be childhood. Sorry, I'm thinking about childhood. But Boston Red Sox by any chance? Just kidding. What was the first movie ever made in your version? And what is Nexi? I was talking about how I don't have Netflix, but there was a few movies that I've seen on for free on YouTube. There were actually different earlier, thinking about doing so, but and I'd love to talk with people and see what they think about them. Um, I like when we can find full free movies on YouTube, but I don't even go looking all that often. I did watch an old classic not long ago. Might be an interesting one to kind of talk about. But the other ones, sure, I'll say them because there's two of you here now. It's free, no payment needed. Okay, that's nice. Oh, Top, you are still here. Did you hear some of the other stuff I was saying to you? Do I have a favorite movie? You know, I'm not. I don't think I. I don't know if I do. There's a lot of movies that I think are pretty good. But I haven't really been to a movie theater in ages. But I don't know if a lot of people probably haven't been with Netflix and all that stuff. But can you please tell me what parent? Oh, you remember? Oh, sorry. I thought that was touch football. Can you please tell me what paranormal place to go? That could be a lot of places. What do you mean? Now, I would say paranormal. Some people may say it's channeling angels. I would say it's more ghosts, which I think are fictional unless they are what one is before they become angels. But that's interesting because I was thinking about my cousins earlier. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, and I haven't had cable in quite a while. Um, yeah, no, not my kind of thing. Sorry, and I find it quite unhealthy. Um, Top Touch, are you still there? Anywho, so yeah, and I don't have Netflix, so um, but dare I ask yours? Just don't tell me if it's a horror movie, please. I really don't like those kind of movies. Um, and that is not okay. So one thing I'll say the ones again. I'll just say them because there's somebody here. There's two people here. And if people would like to watch these for free on YouTube sometime this week or soon, I know it's the Christmas season, but if you're not busy or you have an hour downtime or whatever, you want to watch it, then come back to my channel and let me know what you think. I'd love to hear. We've got Max and me. Uh, Try to think, because it's probably more than one thing with that title. I almost remember the channel that it's on. Um, but oh, we got four likes. Thank you. Have you seen that movie by any chance? It's um, about a girl that's. It kind of sounds sad. I understand. I don't. She passes away, and then she comes to. Oh, hi, Grandma Lynn. Nice to see you here. Hopefully, stay a little bit longer this time. It's so amazing and interesting timing. But anyway, because yeah, she passes. You're already leaving? You just got here. But thanks for the fourth like, by the way. Anyway, she passes away and then she comes back to visit this guy and she works on her bucket list with him, essentially. How are you, by the way, Grandma Lynn? Although my grandma is Sadie and Dorothy, but yeah. But they both passed away, so it's nice to have a grandma on the screen. Um, Freebird, BYRD, fifth like. Wow, movies is the topic, apparently, tonight. Um, um, A Country Called Home 2015 uh, is all in the title. And I'm still trying to. Thanks for the heart. Have you seen that? I'm still trying to figure out why it's called that. I only saw it once or twice, and it was right around when a friend had passed away, but YouTube showed it to me. There was actually some irony in some of the things about some of these movies. And but yeah, and if you'd like to talk about them, let me know because I'd maybe go back to watching them myself and then kind of because it's been a few months since I've seen them. But I mean, those are kind of I guess I would say small films. I did a play, or I did a creative project connected to what was it called? I want to say it was called A Time for Heaven, but that could be wrong. It's the producers were the Mac. It said McMahon apparently, but it looks like Mac Mahone. Um, and Wetherill. Um, and Yeah, I don't want to give too much away, but it's about a nurse and her, I guess there was a sibling, but I'm not remembering who at the moment because it was a while ago. Didn't see that one more than once or twice. And her father's health. By the way, can I speak about health for a moment, and maybe we can have a bit of a conversation? I know it's a bit of a random topic, but yeah, but oh, and maybe I should say the other classic that I rewatched recently, just because, um, is Mrs. Doubtfire. I mean, that's a pretty popular one. The book ones too, actually. Uh, but health. I just saw an article tonight. I didn't even fully look, but this girl got this rare infection. It started to affect her organs, and she became an amputee. Really sad. I worry that my health might be heading for something similar to happen sometimes. Um, Maybe not for a couple of years or whatever still. I don't know. I'm doing my best to be healthy. I mostly care about being healthy. But yeah, I've just been very active. But Grandma Lynn, are you still there? Touch football. Who do we got watching? Just so I have an idea as to who we got watching. I wish I was doing this on the laptop because I don't. Although when I first connected with Touch Football, I was, so that would have been easier to go to your channel. And I have seen yours, Grandma Lynn. Grandma Lynn, if you're still there, I'm going to sound like Sedona for a moment here. I think that's how you say her name. I have a question for you before you wrap up. Or before I wrap up soon. Before you wrap up for the night. Before I wrap up for the night. I have a question if you're there. Otherwise, I'm going to save my energy. It's okay. You could save it. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Don't say that. Come on, it's a good one. Let me know you're still here. In the meantime, what else? Grandma Lynn, if you're still here, if you've came back, let me know, please. I'd like to ask you something. I guess I'll ask it anyway. Perhaps whether the one person that's watching above has seen me in anybody else's chat, or on their videos, or which I think somebody would say, or um, that got a heart. Thank you. Does that mean you have? or or it's Grandma Lynn. Heart, 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 heart. Sounds like you'd like me to see me in your chat on your videos. What do you post about? Have I been before? Let me know. Um, heart, heart. um, um, I'm curious how how do I put this into a question? That's the first part. Do I do I seem like what you expected when you saw me there? Now that you've seen me in videos, because I'm just thinking like I know that Grandma Lynn had put me on comment once in her chat. I didn't know she'd blocked me, to be honest. Um, and I thought that the wording was something about negativity, but it there wasn't any. There was, I was feeling pretty chatty and social that day, as I sometimes am. She wasn't fully reading everything, but her chat was also pretty popular and going pretty fast. And so, um, yeah, I mean, as you can see, I am quite chatty, quite talkative. Not all the time, but sometimes. And I like to chat with different people in the chat, and the person who's talking. And, I don't know if it's because of how my style is myself, like, like being a streamer, podcaster, having pretty likely aphantasia, which is like, not always, and definitely not if I'm out in public, really around a bunch of people. But this verbalizing thing is just like it's how I process my thoughts a lot of the times. It's how I kind of, and even then, I sometimes still struggle to be honest. But a lot of us do it. So many of us do it that way, and um, So maybe that's kind of what I do in writing sometimes. It's kind of like the thought pops in, and instead of sitting there and thinking about it, I write it. I do, though. I would say that I do it with like when if somebody was to suggest reread what you've written. I mean, sure, not a terrible suggestion. Maybe sometimes I should, but a lot of times, as I'm writing, I'm being so methodical. I think would be the word that and a lot of it's social media. So if there's abbreviations or acronyms, which I mostly use the common ones that everybody should know, um, and I mean, then again, I've sometimes seen ones that when somebody tells me what they mean, it's like, oh yeah, I should have known that one. But I don't use it very much, and I guess other people I talk to don't really. Like, there was one recently, I can't remember what it is at the moment. But yeah, basically, yeah, maybe I'm just kind of like, yeah, so I kind of like, and it still might, afterwards I might be like, oh, that didn't come out right, or it still might be misunderstood. I mean, that could happen to any of us. But yeah, it's kind of that thing of like, yeah. I hope I'm making sense with what I'm saying there. Like, not whether you've written it or said it, not making sense. Sorry. No, just kidding. um, there's something different, and it's not like I don't use this kind of setup before, but there's something different about the way this looks behind me in this one. And when I'm using the laptop, I have the screen tilted maybe, like I say, more forward, so it's a bit more like that. I could put something under this maybe to do that with. Let me see. You might not mind, but heart, heart, heart. You're like, oh, good, yes, because those were distracting me. Um, I appreciate all the hearts and love. I'm curious if my guesses as to why they're coming through are accurate or why. I mean, like I say, I appreciate them. Don't need to ask why, but I'm curious anyway. So if you'd like to say why, if you'd love to say why, that made sense. I'd love to hear. I mean, how high do I have to stack this thing? And then the stupid ridge of this thing that I'm using, that little lip there, it's not very big. Might as well just hold the thing. Might as well, eh? Did I talk about the book that I was going to use as a tripod? I don't really read books. I mostly just read stuff online. Uh, but I should get into audiobooks more, to be honest. Both doing the readings of, like submitting and voice stuff, and listening to. But there's just, you know, I find enough stuff on YouTube to listen to, when I'm or you know whatever else. But I'm really curious who's the person who's been here for the past 15, 20, 25 minutes or so. Uh, you must be liking my vibe, so don't be shy. I know the chat's working. Uh, chat's working. I'm probably going to wrap up in the next 15 minutes, just so you know. Thank you for not hurting that. Oh, wait, I forgot. It's like only because you weren't looking. Just kidding. But no, I'm glad that you're enjoying listening. Um, and again, I don't think that I'm that. I think I hopefully seem like a laid back individual who's easy to talk to because I am. So I understand that some people have had a really hard life or have been through certain experiences, and they might just be, come to think of it, they might just be really worried about being judged about what they say. Come to think of it, might be worthwhile to talk about that for a moment, whether it's accurate for you or not. Um, like anybody, I may have opinions. Again, like anybody, you can't go through life online or offline, you know, not getting people's opinions on things. Um, doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. Um, I I like the idea of the sandwich method, which reminds me to make room for you. I'm feeling up to it. Where like if you have to say something negative, how does that sandwich method work? You put something positive, put the negative in the middle, and end with something positive. Um, or like, yeah, just looking for the good, just trying to be neutral, being curious. Um, I mean, I'm a person that has a lot of empathy. So, I mean, for people, for the most part. So, I mean, um, and I understand that people have been through a lot of stuff in their lives, myself included. So, I mean, I would never judge somebody else's life or experiences, and some of which they haven't asked for. It's just kind of what life has given them. Um, so I hope that kind of addresses that. Um, you know, some people could say that it's just a very human thing that we all go through hard stuff, and I would agree. But um, we should try not to have that as much as possible. Thanks for the heart, for ourselves and for others. And I still feel like it's worth saying. I don't know what yet. Thanks for all the hearts again. I appreciate it. That's what makes me think it's still the same person that was here earlier. Um, I still think it's worth saying. Again, I don't know exactly what, uh, but uh, let me just think of how to put this. Okay, I just want to, and I do stuff kind of like this on my channel, but this feels like it's coming in a bit of a its own unique way tonight. Um, if you, if that's not the question, you are human. You are probably going through some stress in your life. You're, at least I'm hoping you're human, and. Anyway, you're probably going through some stress in your life. You probably um, have a lot on your mind. Um, Things you're trying to figure out, in life. Um, you may be doing pretty well. It's true. You might be not really relating to most of those things. You know somebody who has, I'm quite sure, probably many people, whether you know it or not, it's true. But, and you have been there, and you will be there again. And so I just want, at some point, I just want to put out there that I, I do. I understand. I empathize. And even though I might not know, I likely don't know the details unless you tell me. Um, I wish well for you. Where's the hearts? Okay. I'm gonna close my eyes and pretend that just in case they don't come, I'm gonna pretend they did. um, but like I can't tell. Your eyes open right now? Cause I'm. Oh, there they are. Thank you. Cause I am tired. I didn't want to ask for them, but it was kind of like, oh, okay. So I have to ask something. Interesting image. Enazer, are you the one that's hurt? I guess it is because you're the only one that's here right now, and you're saying hi, and you're also exhibiting my least iffy number. But I'm loving all the hearts. I'm glad that you said hi. Uh, um, is that a gnome or a Buddha or something in your picture? And what does your channel name mean? What does your username mean? And do you post content? Curious questions to get to know each other. You're like, yes, yes, and no. And then I'm going to be like, okay, what were my questions again? Because those answers seem kind of vague. What order did I say them in? um, but yeah. Um, yeah, so that pretty much that covers that. I wish everybody that comes to my channel and see our channel and sees the content and whether I chatted with you before or not, I pretty much want to say that I wish you well in life and the things that you're going through, and I hope we will make connections with each other here, uh, and yeah, happy to kind of support support via YouTube land as best as I can. So um, and that should have gotten one or two more likes. Just saying. I mean, people would be like, "Why do you get to decide that?" I don't know, but I think it should. I mean, I get to decide it because I'm saying it. It's my video. Give me the likes. No, but I'm thankful. I mean, in an hour, 5 likes is pretty good, for my experience. Um, but it definitely has been. I mean, it's true. Although, like some of them that didn't say much may have been listening for a while at least, and they did say some, so that was nice. And um, I hope you say more. Um, Grandma Lynn, if you have come back, well, I've already asked the question now at about the 30-minute mark, and it wasn't just for you really, but it was kind of for you. Like, I mean, I'm glad that this person has. I'm guessing she recognized. I don't know if she's only seen one or both of the handles, but I'm guessing that she realizes that I've been in her chat before, and maybe even remembers kind of the last time I went to her videos. I, I guess I didn't hide the channel when I was a little bit put off and annoyed with kind of what transpired the last time I watched one of her videos, but she came on my birthday celebration one, and this one, and put a like, and I don't think she's seen much of my content. I'm not sure. I've only seen her comment on 2 videos, but I'd be curious what else she's seen if so. But I'm not even sure if Grandma Lynn's here right now, hearing me ask these things. But yeah, I thought that I'd kind of didn't like the channel, but I guess not. And but I do know that I do remember, and I don't think people listen to me can click their channel, but quite religious and pretty pretty strong in the opinions and beliefs. I mean, as religious or non-religious people would be, but and as long as as long as everybody's respecting each other and trying to understand people's points of views and having some empathy, um, it can work. It can be just fine. Um, so maybe it is more of a thing where, although she didn't stay along either times, but maybe it's more of a thing where she's more meant to see my stuff than me hers. Uh, because it's easier to maybe keep up with or something. I don't know. Somebody tunes in and says, "You're not easy to get." Why is this part of my jaw sore right now? I don't know. It feels like there's a nodule or something there that I don't. I got it on that side too, and that's not sore. I mean, it's probably my teeth. But no, we're not talking about that one individual. Uh, feels like it's taking forever to get to this hour mark. So, but we have 2 people here, so I've been rolling for a while. It's been a kind of a tiring day, a good day, good weekend, and I hope it's been the same for you. Um, but yeah, so I'm just what was I saying a moment before that? Um, or did I say everything I needed to about it? I don't know, but I do think that I've been really happy, and this may sound weird, but I've been really happy that some of the people that I've been getting to know in the YouTube community, especially on their videos. Um, they enjoy what I'm putting into the chat. They understand what I'm saying for the most part. I mean, because sometimes when I write, sometimes people don't. And that's where I would say that for some people, I'm better in video format. So, um, and I can understand why. I can understand, there is a difference. I think I'm fine either way, to be honest. But I like that there's the option of either, and that I think that yeah. So um, I think I come across pretty well on videos if I do say so, and I hope that you agree. But I am very tired, so I'm probably going to wrap up very soon. If there's a song you'd like to hear me do before I wrap up, or a topic that you'd like to hear me ramble about for a few moments, or something you feel you need support about, now's the time to mention it. Um, and even if you, well, the two people that this guy that haven't been here that long, so and if it's your first time, it may seem a little too early to say it. But if you've been here before, then it should go without saying to hit the like, the subscribe button. That's what the people do on YouTube, right? They pump up their channel. Oh hi, on that account, CW with Michelle. That's so funny because thinking about the birthday, um, I don't know what to think about that. Neither one. All I said was hi, and he seemed to be the one that was giving all the hearts. I don't know what you like. Was here for a while, but that username I'm not sure. But yeah, um, whew. I sent you the interview that we did, by the way, and I really would love to some suggestions as to more people to do them with. I know it's been a lot of people, but some people might be able to. It's just an hour. Um, Something Elvis. Anything particular? It's a lot of Elvis songs. Um, but yeah, you and Grandma Lynn were both on the birthday one. And I gotta say, I don't mean to worry anybody or whatever. And one of you may not even be familiar with me, so whether that means it would worry you or not here, I don't know. And I don't think you need to be hugely worried. But when I think about, my birthday celebration and life, it's hard not to also think about mortality, and and I still think that, every time I come on here, I'm leaving a bit of my legacy. I could be wrong, but I do wonder if my body is going to let me be that get to my 50s or not. And I'm trying to be healthy as best as I can. I know that I could do better. Um, and some things are harder to prevent, when it comes to your health. Um, and but I should get some natural remedy soon and hopefully get to that event. But as far as, I mean, honestly, if it's still Michelle that's here, you've heard me do music, so I know I'm good, and I appreciate you knowing that. Um, I still like to try and fulfill requests. It's true. It might not be a full song, but if there's a couple Elvis songs you'd like to suggest, feel free. I'm gonna have to go upstairs quickly and I've not been super active, but it's speaking to me a little bit, so I'm gonna have to do that. And I am quite tired. But yes, if there's something specifically Elvis, I can't remember if it was. I think it was Patricia, but possibly both, or the other sister that really loved Elvis. And we got four of you here, so I can't think of song names. That's usually my problem. But Elvis at least kind of pinpoints it a bit more than just a genre or whatever. I know in the keyboard, which he's probably going to want on soon anyway, there is a preset, but I can't remember what one it is that sounds just like an Elvis song. In fact, I'd probably do especially good doing Elvis right now because even though it's not too bad, my throat is tired, which makes it deeper. Uh-huh. Oh yeah. I don't wanna. No, I don't know if I want to do that one. Um, are you lonely tonight? Are there songs still to write? I don't know the rest of the lyrics. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Anyway, um, you know, G's sister keeps coming up. The one that passed away recently. Reached the brother, had an interesting conversation. Didn't sound like him, but I think it was just the phone and cell. I think he's coming down already. And then there was a bit of a spill and that. And we were multitasking in the kitchen, and I'm gonna make a thing about right before bed. But I mean, he was talking to him tonight, and that, and one of the lights disappeared. But I haven't. And there's three of you here. But that's weird. Well, put it back, otherwise I think I know who did it, and I'm not gonna let you on my channel anymore. But anyway, please. Now it's just one, and I think it's Michelle. Yeah, this person that one particular messages, but not just messages. I hope. I don't know, and now I don't. I'll have to look back at this one. But if I didn't select it to show, it might not afterwards. But anyway, Michelle, if you're still there, could you put it in place? What was that? Yes, I'm still rolling. The numbers have been fairly good with this one. Within an hour, I had 5 likes. One of them just disappeared, but anyway. Um, what fell? Oh, the thing? Huh? What fell?
Oh, just a painting, that's all.
Oh, okay. A like. I appreciate it. Um, so yeah, we'll wrap this up with a song. I do kind of have an idea. Might even let G do one song, and then I'll take it and do. Uh, yeah, because I have to go upstairs quickly, and not necessarily going to bring this with me. What?
I was just planning to go goof around on the keyboard.
Where's the light, Michelle? Where is it? I'm just going to sing a snippet of it at least. We can't get too much into sticking around too much longer because we do have an early morning. Technically, I don't, but I usually sleep pretty well. But one of us does, so both of us probably do. That's how it rolls around here. Anyway, it wasn't when she was in the hospice, but it may have been in person. The time I met her, perhaps. Where's that like, Michelle? It's not sticking, apparently. I know you're trying to give it. I know you. I know you're trying to. You're like, oh, you don't know about that. Well, because no, I'm not. No, just kidding. And then it looks like you're not. Anyway, are you still here? Okay, I can't find the like on when I get off. I will. Okay. One thing I've noticed, like if you're usually using your computer, one thing I've noticed, I've recently kind of learned that myself, and I thought, like I know how to like a video when it's not live, but it's a little drop down in the corner. Might be some dots or whatever, a drop down, and then it's there. But otherwise, yeah, you can do it then. That's cool. But anyway, I want to let G get to what he's doing. I want to go do what I was going to do, and I do want to wrap up soon. Now, if it's Michelle that's here, you've heard me singing. But just really quickly, um, if you can just hold off for a moment, I just want to do a a snippet of a quick request. And it's a little bit distracting with that as well. I don't know if you know, but basically, yeah. So this is a not super perfect. Thank you. Not super well-known Elvis song, and I'm just going to do as much energy as I have. And G wants to play piano, but it's the one that goes. No, it's not If I Can Dream. I don't worry whether the sky is gray above. Got a pocket full of rainbows and a heart full of love.
I know that one.
I know you do. On the piano? noodle with it for a moment, and then I'll come down and we'll sing it and we'll wrap up.
No, I don't know it on the piano. I don't know it to kind of.
How about
just
the
like,
keyboard then?
I
Don't
don't worry. The skies are gray or blue.
Doesn't sound like
Got a
Elvis.
pocket full of rainbows.
Got a heart full
of you.
You or love?
Wanna make a bed? It's
Kiss me nice and tender, hold me nice and tight. I'm keeping your sweetness. Remember initials for a lonely night. Give you no more heartache. Now that we found a love so true. Got a pocket full of rainbows. Oh, Shizneck.
Oh, Shizneck and who?
Oh, shoot.
What?
Okay. Michelle, are you still there? Can you comment? I may have accidentally clicked something. Something's going on there. Oh, you are still there, Michelle. Let me just explain this for a moment here. Sorry. As you know, Michelle's on here, and and I think it's just you here now. Out of impulse and habit, understandable, we forgive you. You said a name. Then I tried to remove that comment. I think I hid you from the channel briefly. Then I tried to undo it, but it doesn't really look like it did. But you are putting comments still, so that's cool. I hope to hear from you. Mrs. Jing, what the heck now? Now it's run away from those crazy old guys. Sorry. That was love, yeah, and the old guys, but stupid is sorry. Anyway. Somebody came in just after that. I think otherwise it's just been you. I'm not sure if yeah, no, it's a keyboard, so it has sound effects, and I'm not too sure I like that one. And we got to wrap up, otherwise, the numbers will climb high again, and we'll be here all night. And we don't have that kind of energy or time at the moment. So I do thank you both for being here, and to hear more music, to hear more uplifting and wellness conversation and such, random chats. I think I might just be speaking to just Michelle now. I think the other person left, but sometimes that's inaccurate. So I'll say what you might be guessing I'm going to say. Feel free to check out the other lives. Michelle, if you're still here, if I do say so myself, not to brag about my content too much, but I think there's been some good ones, so maybe you can catch a little here and there and let me know what you see, what you think. With the CW with Michelle, putting some comments, I'd appreciate it. And he was in the earlier one quite a bit. Got to perform for a friend whose stuff I follow. She's in the States. But yeah, so that was nice. Anywho, so yeah, you can do that, and I appreciate it always. And other than that, enjoy the rest of your evening. I can't remember if we're in the same time zone or not, or if you're an hour ahead or behind, but or even 2, but I don't think so. But anywho, wrapping up. Have a good week. Hope to hear from you on the YouTube sometime during this week. Sorry to the second person that just tuned in. I'm wrapping up. It's late. I've been rolling for a while, but you can check out the other live stream content on this channel, and hopefully you find things that you enjoy watching and might want to comment, and we can chat. Okay, bye for now. They're like, I'm not leaving until he's completely wrapped up, because he might change his mind and there might be goodness. There hasn't been yet, but there might be. Just kidding. Because that's what it's looking like. Okay, now there's one. I'm not going to change my mind. I went for you to change yours. Just kidding. Just kidding. Talk to you later.